for me just to get the news out that Ask Anya Tuesdays at 7 p.m. is in full effect. All right. So tonight I just want to let you all know and be transparent. I had no questions this week, which was strange. Okay. So maybe because people are already getting back out and doing different things. Maybe they feel like they don't necessarily need to be on YouTube or Facebook as much. But I'm sure that as they are out and about doing their different things, that they will realize that there still needs to be some questions answered. Hi, Natasha. Thank you all so much for waiting. We're back up and running. I was just telling YouTube that tonight must be an awesome night if it's ordained, because I'm telling you, I just finished telling YouTube the phone and the computer both went out all at the same time. Neither one of them have anything to do with each other. I promise you. So I'm just like, okay, God, I told you to. When life gives you lemons, what do? You make lemonade. And it just brought back immediately the topic for tonight. You can win again. And I was expressing how I'm in the process of writing some books, not one book, but some books. And it just made me, and I'm getting teary because I'm just thinking about, you know, in that moment, I could have just said, okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't meant to be. But no, I'm taking the positive route, knowing that it had to be ordained for us to be on tonight. So I want to introduce Mr. Amos Valentine on tonight. He is the special guest, and I just want to be transparent today and just let you all know how it came about that he became my guest for tonight. And first of all, it started because I did not have many questions this week. Nobody sent anything in, and I was kind of like, okay, well, should I even have the show? I mean, I'm just being honest. Should I even have the show simply because no one has sent any questions this week? And I do understand, I get it because things are opening up. People are starting to get back busy or occupying their time outside of the house versus inside of the house. And so I completely understand. I'm not upset with anybody or anything like that. And so at first I was like, well, maybe I can come up with some questions. And I thought, well, I don't feel like doing that. I ended up having to do some extended time uh, being the teacher with my son today. So I was like, well, you know what? I wonder, because I said, I wonder if Oprah ever felt like, well, maybe I'm not going to do the Oprah Winfrey show today. I'll just skip the day and come back and try it again next week. And he said, well, I'm pretty sure she did have times where she wanted to, not do the show for that particular day, but she didn't. We always saw Oprah. We knew Oprah came on at 5 o'clock every day, right? And so that just made me even more, even more pushed through today. I mean, I had so many obstacles. Now that I'm looking at it and I'm talking to you, wow. I mean, I can win. I'm winning. I'm winning. And you're winning. I was scrolling through the phone because like I said, I did not have any questions. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And so I was like, okay, I knew I had asked some people to be a guest, on the show prior to me even starting the show. And so I was like, okay, well, let me just scroll through. It's too late last minute for me to ask somebody today. So I'll just scroll through, see if somebody can come on maybe for next week, because I'm a person of my word. I want them to come on the shows. And so when I was scrolling through, I came across your name, Amos. And you were just talking, and you were literally asking a question at the time, like, how do you get something to the effect of, how do you overcome, getting off your routine during this time of COVID or something to that effect? And so I was like, well, thank you, God. Okay, he asking a question. So I wrote the question down, and I was like, okay, well, how has the pandemic affected your schedule? And so I was like, texting him saying, I'm going to use this for my show tonight. He's like, sure, use it. And I was like, no, it's even better if I get Amos to come on, not knowing all the stuff Amos has going on. It would be even better just to have you come on and actually discuss some of the things that you were discussing in that live feed, because it was awesome. I listened to the whole entire thing. Then I went back and replayed. Thank you so much. Hi. Went back and listened to it again with my husband. and I think he got something out of it. He got inspired. So it was awesome, Amos. I just want to tell you, you're a godsend for you to be available this evening, last minute. And you were talking about what I talk about on Tuesdays. I talk about health, wellness, and relationships, and how these things in your body, your mind, and your spirit, how they affect your everyday life, and how you can overcome them, how you can win again, and all of those things. So, without further ado, I want to introduce Minister Amos Valentine. Yes, minister. He works for the school district. He's a special education teacher. He's a coach for football and basketball. He's married, I know, to Shaquilla former Suber, now Valentine, and he is a father of two. And so tonight, Amos, I just said, you know what? Because I didn't have any questions already, I told my children, I said, y'all pray for mama because this is going to be just straight off, impromptu. They was like, well, what's that? I'm like, well, basically mama off her head this time. I don't have anything written down. I don't have any notes typed up. So we're just talking tonight. And so I just wanted to, first of all, let people know, especially during this time of COVID-19. I want you to know that you can win again. For all of you all, first of all, second of all, that have come on that I might not have been able to speak to earlier, I want to tell you welcome to the Ask Anya show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would share, thank you for the hearts and the smiling faces and all of it. If you would, please share it, share this information, start a watch party. I would greatly appreciate it. Just a few little things that I have before we really dig into the topic. I want you all to know that I have started a You Can Win Again Facebook page. And so if these Ask Anya Tuesdays have been truly blessing you, I want to offer you the opportunity to join my group. So You Can Win Again Facebook page. So you can find it under the Facebook page name, You Can Win Again. Okay. And then I want to also inform you that I now have, yes, I have finally started the podcast. It is called You Can Win Again. You can go to youcanwinagain.podbean.com. And that is where my podcast will be loaded every week. Let's see here. Don't forget, if you have questions, I know I didn't get any this week, but if you have questions, feel free. If someone could please put it in the comment section again for me, it's anyaswell@gmail.com. You can go on to anyaswell@gmail.com to send any questions that you might have concerning health, wellness, and relationships. And ask me, how can I win again in this? And then I can help you figure out a way to win again. All right. So let's chime in. So as I was telling you earlier, I was talking to Amos. Oh no, I was scrolling through today and I found Amos, and he was just talking. He was just being transparent, y'all. He was just flowing. And he was talking about, being off schedule and so many. And I want to say that one of my first questions when I first started this show, I want to say someone was asking about, the whole schedule shift and how difficult it was for them, especially with us as parents, the ones have little ones or big ones, and we have to teach our children now, what that was like for you. But you were talking about from a wellness standpoint, from a health standpoint, actually, from exercise. Just talk with us a little bit and share a little bit about that.
So, what I was sharing earlier in the live, that my schedule with this whole pandemic and the coronavirus really was thrown off because I'm an early riser. I ever since I was in high school, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. And so I was going to the gym right down the street, Planet Fitness. It's open 24 hours. I'm giving them the plug, Planet Fitness. So I was going at 4:30 in the morning to 5:35, no later than 5:45, trying to get back home. And since they closed, I would stop my schedule. I really realized, and then I tried to get back on.
Yeah.
I was still working out. I was still doing it, but I shifted it. I was teaching, AJ, I would go outside and work out. I would do something in the house, find a YouTube video, whatever I could do to still maintain it. But it was better when I got up so early in the morning, and then this pandemic hit. Now, we use outside circumstances as an excuse, as opposed, and we let that be our excuse of why we can't really get back on schedule. Well, hey, the gym's closed, so you can't get back up. Well, I can still wake up at 4:30 and do what I've been doing, just switch the location.
Right.
So that was one of the things I was dealing with, and then I started looking at other stuff like, okay, so that part of my life switched. Then, okay, like I was reading my word, I was listening to gospel music and worshiping and all that stuff while I was at the gym. But then I let that whole thing just do whenever I want to.
Yeah, because your whole schedule for the gym changed. It was like, okay, now you're not probably reading your word like it was. It was automated. Like you said, you had a routine, and it's so important. Especially, I've just even been watching for some of like the celebrities, they have TV shows and things like that, and they're having to stay in the house. And I'm watching in morning times sometimes, and I'm looking at their faces, and they're trying to smile, to have their same engaging conversations with their audiences. But I see on their faces, they are unhappy. Some of them are really dealing with some serious stuff mentally. Maybe they're dealing with anxiety from having to stay in the house, stress of, relationships. Some of us are, like I said, some of us even, but the celebrities are dolly, they are not exempt. They're having to teach their children where they were not used to having to do that. And I'm sure as a celebrity, they probably had the luxury of somebody, pretty much tending to their children for the most part all day, and just carrying on their busy lives as actresses, actors, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I just looked at how routines, how important it is for some people to stay on a routine. Now, me, I'm a type of person, I like flexibility, but I respect other people. I respect other people understanding of knowing that they like, okay, 5 o'clock, I got to be here. 6 o'clock, I need to be doing this. 7 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. And so when you were talking today, I mean, and you were just pouring out just your heart, it sounds like, you were talking about how, getting up at 4:30, not being able to, well, you could get up at 4:30, but you're choosing not to, because now you're getting up, I think you said it like 6. And you're like, you needed to get up at 4:30, not 6, because something that stuck out to me is you said a lot of people have already been up at 6 o'clock, and they basically, to me, what I got from that was you were saying, hey, some people done started their day, they doing stuff. They are further ahead than I am. I'm just getting up out of bed. And so I heard you when you were saying those things, and I was like, wow, okay, he can still win again. So even in the fact, Amos, that you're not maybe getting up at 4:30, but you are getting up at 6. Okay, you can still win at 6. Just because you're not getting up at 4:30, you can still win at 6. But I get it. But I do get it. So I was going to suggest to you, and this is just one of the things, I wanted us just to have dialogue. Since we didn't have questions today, we were just going to have dialogue, have fun. One of the things maybe you could have thought about was, I know that you're a coach. I know that you have a podcast. What's your podcast?
It's Pep Talk with Coach Valentine.
Exactly. So, okay, you're a coach already. So I was thinking when you said that, I was like, okay, call him and give him another way to win. Coach, all you have to do is get you some people that need some exercise. I'm one of them. And when I used to go to the gym, I used to get up early too, because my thing was get it done and over with. I don't want to be doing that all day, and I don't want to be trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it later on. It was a mental thing for me. Yeah, it's a mental thing. And so I thought, Amos, get you some people that's interested at getting up with you at 4:30, because you said you go back to bed. 4:30, get your workout done, and everybody go back to bed or do whatever else they got to do. I'm one of them people. I'm one of those people that I love to motivate other people. And so, like, if I used to be a personal trainer, believe it or not. And so whenever I had people to motivate, I just loved training, with people, because I had somebody else other than myself to motivate. And I think that's why I'm in the fields. I think that's what I believe. And I know that's why God has placed the gifts that he's given me to have, because he knows me best, and he knows that I'm a person, I'm an encourager, I'm a motivator. I'm like, come on, y'all, I'm an empowerer, I'm that person that want to have a good time all the time. But a good clean time. But I want us to have a good time all the time. I want everybody to be smiling. I want everybody to get along. And so I said all that to say, find you some people that you can motivate, which in turn, if that's something that you're doing already, if you're already coach, you already have that gift inside of you, that spirit inside of you to want to coach in a different way, taking a different approach. And again, in this situation, coach in the sense of motivating someone else to get up with you and work out. Now, you're going to have those people that's like, I can't be getting up at 4:30. But those not the ones for you. But the ones that are dedicated and that really want some results and really want to, be healthy. Just be healthy, or just utilize that time to get that out of the way for the day. Those are the people that you can, reach out to get up. So okay, so let me just take a little poll. Do we have anybody on here tonight that is willing to get with Amos at 4:30 other than me for some workout? If you're interested and you want to, send some hearts, some likes. I don't want to not see anything now, because somebody needs some workouts. And I know everybody's not working. I know my business is shut. So okay. So we got Amos. You got me. I don't know how to do my little thing, but I'm already saying I'll get up with you. Now I don't know how long I'm gonna last, but I'll try it. Okay, we got a girl, but I don't know who that is. So put your name in the comments, whoever that was, with the hand on her hip waving at us. Let us know who you are so we can reach out to you, because you know what? It doesn't have to be a big crowd for you to win. You can win in the small crowds, because it might even be better sometimes in the smaller crowds for for different things. But okay, so the exercise part, we're winning. Can I hear a winning? Amos, are you winning in that area now?
I'm winning.
You're winning. All right, so we got a winner over here in the workout spot. So he got two people that's gonna work out with him. One I know, and one I see on the Facebook. That's Amos, the person who's gonna be training. And then I don't know who the other person is. She got her hands on her hip with her hand in the air. So whoever that is, if you're wanting to get with us, send me an inbox or either put a comment below and let us know that you want to win with us at getting up and working out. Okay, so see how easy that was? I mean, people don't think that they can win at different things, but we can win. Sometimes, you know what? Just last week, Amos, I was talking to everybody and letting them know sometimes you just need to talk things out. Talk to somebody else. That's why it's so important for us to be transparent. I really appreciated what you said today, because I got so many different nuggets out of what you said. At any point, stop me and let me know if I misinterpreted something. But I got so many different points out of what you were saying, because number one, it takes guts to be transparent. People want you to be real with them, but then sometimes everybody can't handle you being real. So I also heard you as you were talking today. You were also talking. Okay, so you just touched a little bit on it about your spiritual routine. Well, okay, now because you're not going to the gym, now you're not doing your word like you maybe used to. And somebody might say, "Oh, a minister not reading his word?" Yes, honey, we all human. Yes.
See, and one of the things, like I read it,
yeah,
but it's not so much as like sometimes it's not the first thing you do every morning, as opposed to like you wait, like, hey, you probably did it first thing in the morning, but now since your routine is off, you probably do it at lunchtime now.
Right.
And you done missed.
Yeah.
You have missed the early word from like that fresh word from download.
Yeah.
And you have let light hit you before the word hit you.
Yes, I get it. And so and I understand. And that's Miss Joyce. Joyce Stevenson. She said that's my avatar. So we got somebody else that's willing to get up in the mornings at 4:30 with you, Amos. There you go. Boom. You got two participants that quick. Okay, and so with that being said, when life hits you, like life hit me just a minute ago with turning off the machine and the computer and my cell phone all at the same time. I'm gonna get me some lemonade and I'm just gonna drink it because I know I can win again. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna talk to YouTube until I get people back on. And hey, I finally got it back booted up. Everybody came back on. I appreciate it. You did not, you could have said, I tried today. Mm-mm. She didn't have herself together. But they didn't do that. They went ahead. Hi, Brandy. They went ahead and came back on. So I'm excited about that. So thank you all for jumping back on after I had a technical issue. But okay, so like we were talking about, yes, ministers often have places where or times where we're not able to read that word. And like he was saying, it's not a matter of him not reading it. It's just he didn't get to read it and get that rhema word for that morning. That's how I look at it, because you didn't get to get started with it. And a lot of times, spiritually, because that's what I look at. I focus on the body, the mind, and the spirit. And so spiritually, like you said, it's so important for us to get those early morning downloads to help us along the way for those bumps that may come. That person that may have an attitude with you. If you ain't got your word in you might catch yourself rolling your neck and or saying something, doing something that you normally would not have done if you had your word in you. So it's important to get your word. And it's not necessarily, I'm not going to say that's the best time for everybody. I mean, it's a really good time because he said early, if you see him early, while he may be found, that's best.
That's what it said.
Yes. But I understand everybody's time or schedules, routines are not the same. And so therefore, I respect, the fact that if you have to read your word at noon or read your word in the evening, that's your routine. That's what you're doing. So as long as you're getting your word on that note, if you're getting your word, making sure that, you have something in you, whether it was something that you had to lay down on so that you can make sure that you have your mind good and peaceful so that you can rest good, that's even better as well. So hi, Josephine, I see you. So we're trying to get some, so we got somebody. Josephine is all the way in Africa, you all. So I think no. Josephine, where are you coming in at? Because I know I want to say you're in Africa. So if you're in Africa, so she's like 5 hours ahead of us, so it's late. So thank you, Josephine, for getting on. But Amos is looking for some people to get up early in the mornings to do some workout. I know by the time that we get started, your day will have already started, but you're welcome to join us if you want to work out. I will get with you and let you know when he's gonna start. Okay. But yeah, so it's very important, to make sure that, that spiritual aspect gets taken care of, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or the evening. Just get it taken care of. And that's basically what I wanted to do today, Amos, was just encourage you, to know that you can win again, in your exercise routine. The COVID, like you said, and you know what? You end up encouraging yourself. And let's just give them that little bit of tidbit on that. Okay, so he started talking about the Hebrew boys. Now, those my buddies, when you started talking about them, I just got excited all over again. I'm gonna let you talk about it a little bit.
Well, I did a Bible study about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really stuck out to me with the whole situation was, like, a lot of times we expect freedom or deliverance before we go through trials. Like, we don't want to go through that now.
Right.
And so the whole mindset of that was God let them go in it. And so instead of stopping them, he let them go in it.
Right.
They went inbound. They went into the situation bound hand and foot.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were actually freed in the midst of. And so
in the midst of, yes.
Yes, God don't free you from it; He frees you in it.
Yeah.
And so that thing I'm talking about, man, it really excited me. And so in the midst of a pandemic, like you can start outbound, but God can free you in the midst of this pandemic.
Yeah.
And so that whole thing. And then what really stuck out the most was they went in one way, they came out on a different level.
Yeah. Yes.
I challenged the congregation
yes.
That was in that Bible study 2 weeks ago. I challenged them. I said, hey, why don't we get free in this, get free in this situation, get free in our mind, financial freedom, whatever it is. Use this moment to really get free, relationship-wise, all that stuff. Get free. And I actually challenged them, why don't you level up now? Like, once you're free, level up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I challenged. So that was a big challenge.
And that, that's awesome, because me as a business owner, I'm a holistic health specialist for Anya's Wellness. And being a business owner that then all of a sudden was considered as a non-essential business, I had to close the brick and mortar. And I had to do a full-blown pivot, shift, whatever you want to call it, to survive in this pandemic. But God, that's what's so awesome about it. He had already set it all up. There is nothing that catches him by surprise. I was supposed to have been doing my very first big conference, I guess I would say. It was big for me. I was expecting 100, maybe 100 people. Hey, Sheba, maybe 100 people. And literally 2 days before the conference, my conference got canceled because, they were going to start shutting the doors of the churches and everything. And so when that happened, I was disappointed. I'm just being real. I was disgusted. I was hurt. I was just like, what? Oh no. And then I was thinking about the money that I had put into it. And I had my little pity party. I'm not going to tell you a lie and say I didn't. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do nothing. I'm just going to lay right here. I'm not going to do nothing. I just laid. My husband came in one day. Now, okay, you're going to have the pity party. Go ahead and have it. But now you can't stay in it, but you can have it. So I had it. I got up and I tell people, I'm just being real. I was in the bathroom and I told my husband, the Lord downloaded while I was sitting there. He said, go live on Facebook. I was like, what? I felt like you did today. You were like, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to get out here on this Facebook stuff. He said, go live. I was like, okay, God, you got to show me what to do. I wasn't going to hesitate or any of that. I just immediately told my husband, I said, the Lord just told me to go live tonight. He said, well, do whatever he tells you to do then. And I was just like, oh my God. And he let me know already. Before it was so quick. He said, I'm going to surpass the number of people that you thought you were going to be able to reach for the conference. He said, I'm going to surpass that number. I tell you no lie. I looked at that video and it's still rotating because it was a live video. So, of course, people can go on there and look at it whenever. It's already beyond 400 and something people. I'm like, God, you are awesome because you went way above my little mind thinking self. And that's why he says, his thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are above our ways. We can't beat him. He always blows your mind if you learn to listen. And so we went to that. Hi, Jarrell. And so we went, I went ahead and did that. Then they closed down the business. And I was like, are you kidding me? So now not making any money, but he let me know. He said, trust me. He said, I got you already. I had already experienced the Job experience leading up to the conference, preparing me for that. So I was already at the point where, hey, I trust God regardless, And I was in that scripture right there, what you talking about with the 3 Hebrew boys, when he said, when they told him, they said, hey, if you kill me, you kill me. And if God deliver me, then he deliver me. But if he don't, he don't. I'm still good. I'm still not gonna bow down to Baal. And that's just where I was not gonna bow down to Baal. And I just thank God because it's so important for the spiritual part of it, for us to understand that we can still win, no matter what obstacle comes, even though the business was closed down or shut down for this time, God has still provided. He's still, like you said, I'm saving money. got money. I mean, I probably got more money now than I had before we closed. And paying the bills. I mean, I really have a testimony. I really can't put words to it enough, and a smile on my face big enough to express to people you can win again. No matter what your obstacle is, you can overcome it. You can win again, and that's what I do as a holistic health specialist. I provide, understanding on how to win in your body, your mind. People are going through things in their mind throughout all of this stuff. I coach people, I counsel. I work specifically with grief and couples and marriage and family therapy. Those are my necks that I really, really just love. And, even in relationships, I let people understand, hey, you can win again in your marriage. Don't give up on your marriage. Now, if the person beating you, that's different. We can talk about that on another level. But if there are things that you can overcome, you can win again in your relationships, whether it's a marriage or just a best friend relationship. You can win again in your finances. You can win again in your body. You can win again in your routine. You can win again, period. So I mean, I am just grateful that you came on this evening. I tell people all the time, about 7:40, it seems like I run out of stuff to say. I came on tonight. I wanted to have the special guest. I really appreciate you, Amos. I know we're going to do some collaboration with some other things going on, podcast wise. Thank you so much for those thumbs up and hearts, podcasts, and all of those different types of things. And I'm just grateful that God even allowed me to be scrolling through my phone today and see you and hear your heart. So, do you have anything you want to say? Yeah.
Yes. With the whole thing, like with the collaboration and doing this tonight, like your yes, like started all this, and then like today I was even like trying to I was going back and forth in my mind. Like it got 1:00. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go live at 1:00. It got 1:00. I even second guessed doing the live. Like and then it got like 1:15. I called my brother. He didn't answer the phone, and then I was like, hey, I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you heard it.
Yeah.
And so even after like the yes for me to go on live, I can tell you about help you with the win again thing. Like
awesome.
Even with that yes and me being transparent, like I got this. Like I'm talking to you now on your Facebook Live.
Yes.
In the show.
Ask Anya show. Yes.
Another speaking engagement right after that.
Awesome. See, you can win again.
And the pastor's on here right now. And it's in El Paso, Texas. Like
wow,
dude, like it's crazy how
awesome.
Like when you really surrender to God,
yes.
And when you really give Him, and when you get that mindset, hey, you can win again, and you can start focusing, you're transparent,
yes,
and you're helping people,
yes,
the doors open.
Yes, because that's all God wants. He wants to use what we have that He's imparted in us to help others. I tell people all the time, I have a servant heart. I want to help people overcome whatever situation they have, whatever it's in. I have testimonies on all kinds. That's why I end up having to say it was for the body. You can win again for the body, the mind, and the spirit, because I can help people in all of those matters. So I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Tell us your podcast and all that stuff, how we can get in touch with you again before we get off.
Yes, real quick. I am on Facebook, Amos Valentine. I have another one that's Minister Amos Valentine. Both of those I do like motivational messages posts. I'm on Instagram at Amos Valentine, Twitter at Pain2K6. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
What else is it? I got the podcast. It's on Spotify, Anchor.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's Pep Talk with Coach Valentine. Pep Talk with Coach Valentine.
Okay.
You can pick Spotify and Anchor.
Okay. Anchor. Okay, and I see some comments. Is that all? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that all, Amos?
Yes, that
is. Okay. And I was just gonna say, I see on here, Mr. Glenn, I think it is. Making a comment. You know, they're looking forward to having you. Blessings to both you, both of your ministries. Thank you so much. And so, yeah. So, I mean, just being transparent, helping somebody. And yes, you said you love it. Let's win. Yes, let's win. So, you know, you can win again, everyone. Ask Anya. Ask Anya Tuesdays have been birthed through this time of COVID. I've written, I'll be finished with one of my books by the end of this month, and I'll be talking to you soon about the release date for that. Aware Ministries have fully launched. I have a YouTube channel for that as well. That's where I post the ministry information. I am a minister as well. And then I have started the You Can Win Facebook group. If you're interested and you like us talking about the health, wellness, body, mind, spirit, how you can win again, please feel free to go over. And it is a private group. And I got some different things that I'm going to end up doing with that particular group. But if you're interested in these topics that we have been discussing on Anya Tuesdays, feel free to go over and ask to be a member of the You Can Win Again group. And then please, I have started now my podcast on You Can Win Again. Hey, Vaughn, You Can Win Again .podbean.com. Okay. And I know that's a lot. So I'll try to make sure that I get that and somehow post it in the feed somehow. So but if you have any questions, feel free to send an email to anyaswell@gmail.com. It's in the feed. It's ANYAS well@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Did you have any last words?
No, win again.
Yes.
Win again. After that, you should have no excuse.
Yes. Win again during this COVID-19. Everyone, I will see you on next Tuesday at 7.